the light bearers group before you, and we have a presentation. But before that, I would like to introduce the group members.
I'm Kimberly, the group member. I'm Frida, in charge of discipline.
I'm Ruth, the assistant secretary. I'm Eugenia, the group secretary.
I'm Joshua, the meeting president.
And I am Sheena, the president of the group. With this group, we had a project that we had to look at. The theme was soil conservation for a friendly environment. There are various importance of conserving the soil, and our task was model on water conservation. We made a model that will be able to explain various ways of how we conserve water. First, we had to do some research. We had to research through various ways on the different methods of conserving soil. So we were able to look on soil band, trash lines, stone lines, strip cropping, grass waterways, and many more. We majorly looked at 3 of them. And those 3 are the ones that we were able to show in this model of ours. First, before we made this model, we started by making an illustration on the design of what we were going to make. And that design looked like this. In these various ways that we looked upon, before we started making our model, at first I've said we started by doing research on the different ways of how we can make this, or the different ways on how we can make this model. Secondly, we were able to identify what will be included in our model. And third, we had to look for the materials. The materials that we had used were manila paper, some adhesive, soil, grass, dry plant material, actual plants, sticks, and clay. You can see all of that is represented here. And there's one thing good about this model. All these materials were locally available. Most of them were not artificial. It's just what we find in our environment after conserving it. So we can see how the environment helps us as we are conserving it. In this way, we represented the 3 soil conservation measures. So we looked at grass waterways, soil band, and trash lines. First, I'd like to explain on the grass waterways. Grass waterways, it involves planting vegetation cover in channels of water, whereby this blue color was able to represent the water, and that green represents the grass that is planted in that channel. So it was able to pass throughout all these parts of the farm down here. When it reaches here, we find something, a heap of soil. This heaping of soil, it helps to prevent runoff. We call this a soil band. So this soil band was able to direct water down here to the other side and into this blue color, which represents a pond. A pond is a structure that is used to collect water, what we call water harvesting. Kindly help me turn it. The third method we looked upon was the trash line. On this side, you can see a square foot garden. This is 2. A square foot garden is just a piece of land that has been divided into small squares measuring 1 foot by 1 foot. I think you can see the reason why we call it a square foot garden. So here we had a trash line. This trash line helps to prevent soil erosion. So the soil in this square foot garden has been preserved through these trash lines. It helps to prevent erosion. These trash lines are majorly important actually. They have one benefit that most of these methods don't. A trash line involves using dry grass or any dry plant material such as dry leaves, dry twigs. Now these dry twigs or these dry materials, they have been used as they are dry, and over time they will obviously decompose as nature does. And after decomposing, it will be able to form what we call humus. Humus is sort of a manure that helps plants to grow healthy. So if you see, maybe if someone was living in a place like this, after this trash line has decomposed into humus, they can use it at this part of the farm. That was the major importance of these trash lines. And all these methods that were chosen here, we chose to make a presentation on this and make this model for a purpose. We obviously knew that soil conservation has its importance. Soil conservation helps to conserve the environment, and it helps us too. We rely on this environment, we use most of the things in this environment. Nature is really helpful to us, and so we're also supposed to be helpful to nature too. We are supposed to help nature to survive in different ways and not destroy it. That is not the purpose of us. As we are using it, we should be friendly to Mother Nature and use it well. By conserving, we should use all resources wisely. We should find ways to preserve them. We should find ways to use them carefully, not to waste them or not to destroy them in any way. Other methods of conserving the environment is water conservation. Under soil and water conservation, we are able to conserve our environment. And for this project, before we did it, we had some help. Actually, we had a lot of help. I would like to thank our teacher, Mr. Otieno, for helping us, teaching us, and showing us about these various methods that we can be able to use in order to protect ourselves and our environment. I also thank the government for this good syllabus that is able to teach us most of these things. Maybe if I looked at the past syllabus, not most of the time that you'll find kids being taught about this. These things will really help us, and I would like you to take it into action one day. I would like you there at your home, wherever you are, to just use these methods and conserve your own environment. And you'll see how nature benefits us and benefits everyone else. You'll be able to help your community by practicing this at home and ensure you get the guidance of an adult so that you may not get into any trouble. And that is what I have, but before we end this, if any of my group members has something to say.
As our fellow colleague has said, we collaborated as a group and came up with this farm model. Thank you and enjoy watching.
Bye.
Bye.